it's Cara May, aka the Queen of all Lavenders. I hope you're doing well, because I certainly am. So we're here with another, I guess, multiple short stories video. Anyway, let's not waste any more time and get straight into it, okay? I lied. We're not gonna get straight into it, because I need to remind you to stream my music, and that I've got a new single coming out, so do that, stream my music, and be aware that there's a new single coming out. I'd like to call this story A Primary School Teacher Remembers Me. I work in a cafe, so sometimes I will see people that I recognize, but a lot of the time it's people that I don't. But this one particular time that I must have finished mopping or sweeping or something, because I did not see them come into the cafe, but I did help them pay at the end. You know, at the register. So, as soon as I went up to the register and saw who it was, I kinda almost didn't want to say anything because I had this strong feeling that she wasn't gonna recognize me, but it was a teacher from my primary school. But I almost didn't have to say anything because she actually recognized me. And I'm thinking to myself, how could she have possibly recognized me? She was not my teacher throughout my entire primary school life. I got really happy when she said that she remembered me, and it turns out the reason why was because that I remember when I was in prep, I made this, I guess little, what would you say, like a bag, little pouch, and I gave it to everybody in my class for Christmas. It was a Christmas present, and it was kind of this made up thing that was like reindeer food, and I'm trying to remember what it was made out of. It was like kind of, I don't know, it was like kind of made out of sawdust, oats, and shredded paper and a little bit of glitter, and the texture was very interesting. But I remember I wrote, well, my mum did anyway, kind of wrote up a little poem, I guess, with instructions of what to do with it, so that people would have their own little sort of Christmas tradition. And for some reason, she had kept it for years, and she said that she still has it. She still has it in her house, and I don't know why. I don't know what I did to deserve this, in a good way, I mean. Not like it's a bad thing that I'm embarrassed about, but I think it's very cute. I wanted to tear up, honestly. But yeah, that's that story. This one's called A Fire Alarm in JB Hi-Fi. Yes, that's a Namjoon papercraft on my head. Move on. So one time I was with my bestie in JB Hi-Fi, one of my favorite stores of all time. So we were wandering around and I eventually found a poster, a BTS poster actually, that I was thinking, oh, I don't have that, maybe I could buy it. And just as I was about to pick it up like out of the rack, because you know how they come in like little cylinders all rolled up? I was about to get the number that it was on display, on the rack I mean, and suddenly I hear, well, we all hear, I mean, the fire alarm going off. And it's one of those ones where it starts off quieter and it sort of crescendos in. So it starts off really quiet and then it fades in to be very, very loud. Like very loud. And I remember me and my bestie were just sort of standing there for a bit like, is it real or is it just a false alarm? And I think the whole store we're kind of like, what's going on? Because it wasn't just inside the JB Hi-Fi store, it was the whole plaza. So, for a while we started walking around, like waiting for further instructions because that's what the robot voice said to do. A couple minutes go by and the voice changes, like interrupts itself saying like, please evacuate immediately, and we're all like, ah, great. So just as we're walking towards the door, all the staff are like, sorry guys, we gotta leave, and we're like, yeah, that's alright, it's not your fault. So we wait outside the plaza, well not outside the plaza, but in the car park for a bit. And we're all waiting, and me and my bestie are kind of jamming to the rhythm of the fire alarm. Actually, I have a clip of it, I'll show you. So yeah, that's what happened. Eventually, I say eventually because it took a long damn time, we were allowed back in, and I bought the poster. So yeah, that's the story. This one's called Missing Earrings. So, a while ago I bought online, I'm wearing them now, these earrings. They're butterflies, and then they've got a purple gem at the back, and they're very dangly, and they've got little pearl thingies on them. And right now they're my absolute favorite ever. But about maybe a week after they arrived, I lost them, and I couldn't find where they were anywhere, so I had just assumed that I wasn't going to get them back forever. And then I was on the behind the scenes for this shot, and if you don't know what this shot is, it is basically my cover art, album cover for my song This School Life. While we were there, I went to get changed in a Salvo's, and then I came out and I started looking around a little bit, and I found for sale these exact earrings, and I'm thinking there is no way that these are exactly my ones, because they're sold all over the world, and there's probably like heaps and heaps of people who own these specific purple butterfly dangly earrings, alright? But I still freaked out, and I took a picture of it, like this picture. So eventually it got to a time where, you know, whenever my camera roll gets full, I will post a photo dump. You know, just a whole bunch of random photos that I took. But one of those pictures was the picture of the earrings in that Salvo's. Oh, if you're not Australian, Salvo's is a Salvation Army. One of those stores. Anyway. But literally a couple of hours after I posted the photo dump on Instagram with the picture of my lost earrings, my dad came to me and said, "Hey, I just found this." And it was one of my earrings. He was holding one of my earrings, and he was going, "Is it yours?" I said, "Oh my god, yes. Where did you find it?" And he said it was in the lounge, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I know where they are now. I had this moment of clarity. I got them out for around Christmas time because I wanted to show my family, you know, I wanted to put them in and show my family because they wanted to see. When I told them that I bought these new earrings online, they wanted to see, so I got them out and I showed them. They must have fallen down the side of the couch because there they were. It's Udi time. This story I like to call The Discovery. And the reason why I call it that is because of the story I'm about to tell you. I guess maybe about 1 or 2 weeks ago now, maybe around 2 weeks I think. I had this pain around the side of my face, like right near my jaw, right here. And I couldn't sleep because of it. It wasn't agonizing, but it was just there, and it was just there, lingering enough for me to say, hey, this kind of hurts, and I can't sleep because of it. It was literally keeping me up, and I couldn't figure out why. So I started feeling around the inside of my mouth. Like, I full on got my finger up there and started feeling around. Now the reason why I did that is because I have TMJ, and I suffered with lockjaw for quite a while, around 2021. So I thought my jaw was just seizing up and I was having another case of lockjaw maybe. So that night I was wiggling it around, I was massaging it, and for some reason the tension just wouldn't go away. Till eventually I started feeling around the inside of my mouth again, and I came to realize, because sometimes I like to massage the other side, the other jaw as well, just so everything's even, as it should be. And then I realized something about this side of my mouth was a little bit more peculiar, I would say, than this side of the mouth. So eventually I got 2 fingers in my mouth, feeling around my teeth, and then I came to the conclusion that there's an extra tooth there. So I got up at around 3 in the morning and I looked in the mirror and I was full on like forcing my jaw open, only to realize there's a wisdom tooth fully showing, and it only took a couple of hours. I don't know how, but yeah. So of course I booked a dentist appointment to get it looked at. I did the x-ray and my dentist came back and he goes, "Good news, you actually only have 3. And I said, "Only 3? He said, "Yeah." That's not really what happened, I'm just exaggerating, but it's kind of funny though, isn't it? So yeah, I'm thinking, only 3 wisdom teeth? Yeah, I get it, some people have 4. But isn't 4 like the max you can get? I've never heard of anybody having 5. But yeah, apparently I have 2 more wisdom teeth waiting to come through. Okay, that's all from me for now anyways. Imagine eventually I just do a video where this random moment where I kind of poke you lasts absolutely ages. I think that'd be kind of funny. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video, especially if you're a lavender. But if you're not a lavender, hopefully you can maybe consider giving this video a like, and maybe consider giving me a subscribe, and maybe listen to my music. And if you already do, hopefully you can get excited about my new single coming out. And yeah, there's no release date yet, but as always, there will be. I don't know when, but soon. Okay, this is Cara May signing out, and I will see you all later. Bye bye, Lavenders. I love you all.